So feeling the weight of the body, letting it sift down, drift down, but through an upright structure. Because if we just think, let the weight settle, let weight and tensions drift down, it'll pull us down with it. So that's actually the yin and yang of it. So the yin is the sinking, the dropping and the sinking. If we just had that, of course, that'd be collapsing, it'd be oppressive. So the yang is the rising or uprightness. So we need both. If we just have the yang, if we just have the rising or the uprightness, we can tend to be a little bit floaty, not grounded. If we just have the yin, just the sinking, then that tends to pull us down. So there's two things happening at once, and we get finer and finer at having two things happen at once. So letting the weight settle, but not pulling us down. So the bones are very clearly upright, bone on top of bone, stacking them vertically. And they just let the muscles hang off that vertical structure. So noticing the weight of the body, we're probably holding some of that weight in and up. And as we let that go, release it down, but then we use our awareness and our intention to align vertically and let the bones take all that weight so we're not holding ourselves up with our muscles. And then letting the mind and the breath settle in the bowl of the hips. Releasing the abdomen so it's free to move with the breath. Releasing even more tension on each exhale. And letting the arms drop with gravity. And from your center, from the Dantian, send your mind forward through the arms, buoying the arms forward, and let gravity take those elbows down. And less physical work in the arms. A good way to approach it at first is as the ribs expand as you breathe in. That's enough to buoy the arms into their movement forward. As you breathe out, those ribs come back in. That draws the elbows back down. So that's a good start in taking extraneous effort out of the arms and shoulders. I'll bring in another movement, additional movement tacked on to basic commencement movement. And so as my arms, when they come up, they reach their apex, I turn the palms towards the chest and they expand apart. And then they flow back towards each other and then drift down. So let's flowing forward and up, and then rotating the palms towards the chest as they drift out. And then they flow towards each other, and then palms down again as they drift down. And we're going to have a continuous rising and sinking. So this is a bit of a rise. As the arms go apart, that's the sinking. Rising as the hands come together, palms facing, and then of course sinking as the hands drift down. And the shoulders stay down the whole time, sitting shoulders. And generally we breathe in on the rising and breathe out on the sinking. So moving the body at a pace that matches the breathing rate, which might be different than mine. And not only are the shoulders always down or seated, the elbows are always pointing towards the ground. So here, elbows are still pointing towards the ground. Good, let's go a little wider. And then you can explore how wide that is and how much you bend your knees. We want to gently challenge ourselves, so we increase strength and flexibility. That's going to be the shifting the weight and turning the hips. And I'll just not do any arms here at first, just show that's, again, very vertical. There's still that string suspending the head from above. Keeps my feet flat, my spine long and vertical. And arms just have a rounded shape, serving T, but basically the arms are just nice and big and rounded, like a big Buddha belly is resting on that. And I'm simply shifting the weight and turning the hips, not really moving the arms. Equal awareness through both arms. Letting those shoulders rest, belly release. And some cloud sailing by. And again, those elbows are always pointing towards the ground. That helps keep the shoulders down as well. And into a bow stance, so a forward stance. Again, we don't want to be instepped. Good, clear 45 degrees between the feet. Do some toyus. We start with the weight a little bit forward. Arms start out here. We want to take a moment to sit the shoulders because, again, it could have hiked up a little bit as I raise the arms. So shoulders sit, and again, pointing the elbows towards the floor. Hanging from the string, that puts more good work into the leg. Releasing the abdomen. And we can maybe bend those knees a tiny bit more, maybe a quarter an inch or half an inch more, if we're ready for that. The arms go right out to shoulder height, shoulder width, but without any leaning. So the hips stay under the head. And let's do a few on the other side. It's always good to take a moment at the beginning of any move and just do a quick checklist. Am I leaning? Am my shoulders up? So I hang out, set the shoulders and elbows, breathe into the belly. Then I start off with much higher quality movement. Okay, and then back to the wide stance, knees over the feet. We'll do a few danyus. So hands come up, palm up, shoulder width, and they drift out over the knees. And we want to start very, very small with those squats till we know that our knees are warmed up. Coming up by pushing the feet into the floor, and that drives us up. Also pushing the feet into the floor drives our elbows forward away from us. So not pulling straight up, just like commencement, it's more that they're driven away from the body. Of course, squats, especially Tai Chi squats done slowly, smoothly, one of the most efficient exercises to build leg strength, stamina. Good. Coming up, letting the hands drift down as if through water, breathing the whole time, inching the feet in. Okay. And just checking out those hips and knees. We want to check out those hips and knees because we're going to go into snake creeps down. So maybe I'll demonstrate a couple times just as a refresher. So a couple different angles. So of course from single whip. Always touch down. In fact, I can turn on that back heel. So it's less of a reach to come forward. And then when I'm ready, we'll go right into Golden Rooster. Stands on one leg. Stands on the other leg. Just give a demo from this side here. And once more. So when I shift back, I open that back foot towards that back corner, shift back, tilt, push forward, open the front foot to the other corner. I can either rotate on my heel if I want less of a reach to come forward, or I can keep it there if I'm able. I can touch down or come right through. It's a half a step behind for the next Golden Rooster stands on one leg. So let's explore that again together. Here we are, single whip, hanging from the string, shoulders down, belly released. So shifting back and turning on that right heel towards that corner. Slowly shift the weight into the right leg, back leg. Angle down by turning at the hips, angling at the hips, not rounding the back. So left arm is parallel to left leg. Pushing forward, that opens the left toes to the corner. If we want, we can turn on the right heel and then push off with the right foot. That opens the right hand into a spear hand, pushing through. Good touchdown for balance. And then when we're ready, pick up that right knee and right fingers pointing up. Left hand down like brush knee. Then that right foot, we step back half a step. Again, not crossing over, not crossing behind, because that means we'll be instepped. Straight back from where it is, straight back, just half a step on the toe, dropping it 45 degrees. That shifts the weight back. When we're ready, we can pick up the left knee. Of course, we can touch down as many times as we want for balance. Picking up the left knee, left fingers pointing to the ground, right palm facing the floor next to the hip. And eventually we can just hang out there. We don't have to come up and be tight. Once we have the strength in the legs, we can let all this stay relaxed and settled as if we're just standing normally. Okay, so let's do that a couple more times. So shifting back and turning on the back heel. Little squat into that back leg, angling. So left arm is similar to left leg. Pushing off that right leg, opens the right hand. And we push from the right leg to come up. We can touch down if we want. And when we're ready, pick up the right knee. And then half a step behind, planting that right foot 45 degrees, peeling off the left foot. And the right hand comes down like the right leg. And the left hand goes up like the left leg. So let's do that once again. Hang out and breathe. And here we go. Of course, that left knee should be bent when you stand on it. Half step behind. And of course, the right knee should be bent as you stand on it. So I'll do a couple facing the way that we were going. So this is facing that side wall. Okay, so shifting back, turning on the right heel towards that corner, shifting into the right leg, angling. So our left arm is pointing the same way our left leg is, kind of down. Pushing off that back leg to turn the left toes to the corner. Pushing through with that right leg, that opens the right hand. And we're ready to raise the right knee. Half a step behind, planting that foot 45 degrees, shifting the weight back, peel off the left foot. And let's do that one more time. And then perhaps we'll just move right into repulse monkeys that happen right after this. So this next chunk, we already know. After this, quite a large chunk. Okay, so here we are, shifting back, opening that back foot on the heel, sitting into that back leg, angling a little bit, pushing forward with the back leg, opening the front foot, opening the right hand, raising the right knee, the right arm, dropping the right leg and the right arm behind, peeling off the left foot, left knee and left hand go up. Then as we step back, just like we did with the right foot, with the left foot, half step 45 degrees, half step behind, the right hand goes back, palm up. Let's just work that little tiny bit a couple times. So if we go right into golden rooster stands on right leg, so that means our right foot will be to the front corner, and we're about to lift the left knee and the left hand. So let's go right into lifting the left knee and left hand. Of course, that means the right hand is facing the floor. Then half step back with the left foot, and the right hand goes back with it, palm up. And then we shift the weight back into that left leg for the beginning of repulse monkeys. Let's just do that one more time, just so we get that segue from golden rooster into the repulse monkeys sequence. So we stand into the right leg, right foot to the corner, raising the left knee and left hand. As we step back, half a step with the left foot, right hand goes back up, palm up, and plant that left foot 45 degrees, shifting back. The left hand starts to come down in front of the belly. Right hand starts to go forward, picking up the right heel to turn on the ball to get it straight. And we have our first repulse monkey. So we're half a step, weights on the left leg, back leg. The right foot is now straight and flat. First repulse monkey. Going into the next repulse monkey, from flat foot to the ball. And that sends the arms away from each other. Half step back with the right foot. Planting at 45 degrees, shifting back, correcting the front foot by turning on the ball and then flattening it. Weight stays on the back leg. Then from the flat foot to the ball, that sends the arms away from each other. Half step back. With a third repulse monkey, correcting the front foot. Now, just like before, earlier in the set, same sequence, we go into slanting flying, which actually starts just like another repulse monkey. Flat foot to the ball, opens the arms away from each other. But instead of half a step behind, it's a full step. We still don't want to cross over. Straight back, but it's a full step, planting that right foot 45 degrees as we shift the weight into the right leg. And the arms just turn with the body, turning on the left heel, left foot to that front corner, shift the weight into the left leg, stand, hold the ball, right hand low, step forward to the front wall with the right heel. And of course, this is slanting flying or serving T. Half step up, or raise hands and step up. And of course, that's a precursor to stork spreads wings. So we turn and hold the ball, turning that right foot to the corner, full step to the front wall with the right heel, feet are parallel as we shift the weight to the right and push to the wall. Touchdown, left foot for stork spreads wings, just like before. Arms go into brush knee ready position. Full step for brush knee. Again, just like before, half step up, touch the right wrist for needle at sea bottom. Exactly the same as earlier. Coming up, keeping the weight in the back leg, full step on the left heel, shift the weight forward. The beginning of fan through back. Let's go through fan through back, actually about halfway through. So shift the weight back, turning on the left heel, left toes come up, left hand comes up. right hand low, palm to the floor, left hand palm to the ceiling. Shift the weight back to the left leg, just like before. Right hand starts to come up, left hand starts to come down. Return, we're going to step over with the right foot. And that's when it changes ever so slightly into a new move that has a new name. So fan through back turns into something that's called white snake darts out tongue. The only difference is, it's a minor difference, very minor. As you might remember, so up to here is the same, here's the same, here is the same. The step is the same, everything's the same. But as you might remember, this top hand turns into a soft fist. But for a white snake, we don't do that, we just keep it open. Palm up, hand is open. So this is where it starts to be different. So instead of doing, I'll do the action that we did before. Right hand goes high, turns into a fist, left hand stays low, stays open. So here's the difference. Instead of turning it into a fist, it stays open. And the left hand doesn't stay down here. So left hand goes on top of right, they pass by each other. Now, as I come back to do hold the bouquet, just like before, and then the chop with fist, I'm going to come back here for hold the bouquet, just like before. And as I do that, I simply rotate the hand so the right hand's on top and they pass by each other. And I go into hold the bouquet. Chop with fist is the same, step parrying punch, all the rest of it is the same. So the difference being, instead of that hand turning into a fist and coming here and left hand going out there, the right hand stays open, left hand, instead of staying down here, comes up to pass over the right hand. Then I rotate them over and pass them again. Now, this time right hand on top. And then I come back to hold the bouquet, and the rest is the same as before. And that's the precursor for chop with fist. So maybe we'll just kind of hang out here and not worry about footwork and have the right hand high into a fist, because I want to contrast, compare. So the fan through back normally finishes by having the right hand palm up into a soft fist, left hand low, and comes forward, right? So let's bring that right hand from 12 o'clock down to 6 o'clock at the hip, and the left hand would go forward. That's how we finish fan through back normally. So now this is where it diverges. So just before we turn into the hand into a fist, it stays open and the left hand comes over the right. Palms pass each other. Then I rotate the arms over and I pass them again. So this time right hand's on top, left hand's coming back, right hand's going forward, and then into hold the bouquet. So if right hand's on top, just before it would turn into a fist, it stays open and the left hand comes up to pass over it on top. Rotate them over, right hand passes on top, left hand comes back. So they pass twice, zoom, zoom, and we can even do that a couple times. So right hand underneath, palm up, left hand on top, zoom, 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 zoom. So right hand underneath, right hand on top. Right hand underneath comes towards you, right hand on top goes away from you. So that's the action. So once more, right hand is high, left hand is low. So right hand is palm up, left hand is palm down, and you pass the left hand over the right, then turn them over, rotate them, and pass right hand over left, and then you scoop up for hold the bouquet. Now, let me do that to the camera once or twice and also explain the martial aspect of that to help it make more sense for the brain. So again, fan through back would be this hand turns into a fist, top hand turns into a fist, bottom hand stays open, and goes forward as the fist comes to the hip. So the difference would be the hand stays open and the left hand comes forward like before, but comes all the way forward to be on top of the other hand. They pass each other, rotate them over, they pass each other again. And to hold the bouquet, then of course what follows is chop with fist, step, parry, and punch. Now, to help make sense of this move, there's a couple martial applications we could put in here. And every move has many potential applications, but some most straightforward one would be, instead of a back fist, it's a backhand. It's a backhand, and then this is a finger jab or a spear hand to the eyes, finger jab to the eyes or throat. I turn them over, and it could be another spear hand to the eyes or throat. And when I turn them over, actually, this could be a strike. Then I could be grabbing their collar or their clothes or their arm. It's extended to do another strike. But the basic idea is back of the hand, left fingertips, right fingertips into bouquet. Maybe let's do that once or twice with that context in mind. So right hand is high, palm up. Left hand is low, palm down. Right hand comes down just like it was doing a back fist, exactly the same trajectory as the back fist, but the hand's open. So you can think of it as a back hand instead of a back fist. So that comes down, left hand comes up to pass over it. So the right hand did a back hand, the left fingertips are advancing. I rotate them over, so now the right fingertips can advance. Then I come up to hold the bouquet. So once more, right hand is high, left hand is low. Right hand comes down for a backhand. Left hand comes up to pass over the right for a spear hand or finger jab. So left fingertips forward, rotate them over, so then the right fingertips can go forward. Now
Is it the right hand that's rotating?
So both hands rotate.
Okay.
Definitely. So here it's palm up, and that's the same as if it was a fist. If the fist was still there, that's exactly the same. Only difference is that hand is open. Palms pass each other. I rotate both arms. So the top arm becomes the bottom arm. And then I switch the hands. So we'll do it a few more times. On the list, it says, fan through back, white snake puts out tongue. It doesn't say chop with fist. So white snake puts out tongue or darts out tongue is encompassing chop with fist. So just in case you go to the list and, okay, there's a white snake there, and then there's chop with fist, but I don't see chop with fist. So it's very creative in how they number and clump the moves together. So in this case, white snake, darts out tongue also includes chop with fist.
Okay.
So just in case you go to the list and you see that chop with fist actually isn't listed there. So we'll consider that as part of white snake, darts out tongue. So let's do this with the footwork, and that'll give us some more chance to work the arms too. Okay, so we would be facing the side wall, left leg forward, and fan through back is the exception to the hand leg rule. So instead of left hand being up, which is usually the case, because the left leg is forward, left hand is going to be low. So it's a rare exception to the rule. Even though the left leg is forward, the left arm is lower, right hand is higher. As we shift the weight to the right leg and turn on the left heel, we go into this left hand high, right hand low. It's just like it's fan through back. So all the way to the right leg, all the way to the left leg, both arms go back. This is fan through back. Right hand goes high, left hand goes low, just like fan through back. We step over with the right foot, just like fan through back. We just don't ever make a fist. We don't make a fist with the right hand. And as we continue going forward, doing a back hand instead of a back fist, the left hand comes on top of the right hand to go forward, left hand comes back. And then as we shift the weight back, we rotate the hand. So now the right hand's on top, shifting the weight back sends the right fingertips forward. And then shift all the weight into the left leg and stand and hold the bouquet. And we'll use a balance step right now because we're talking as we do this. So that probably warrants doing that a couple more times. So here we are at the beginning of fan through back. Left hand low. Shifting to the right leg, left toes, left fingers come up, all the way to the right, all the way shifting back to the left, hands go back to the left. Right hand high, that's going to stay open. Step over with the right heel. Again, we might have to turn on the left heel to get that correction to that front corner. The left hand's going to come on top of the right, and the left fingertips are going to extend forward as the right hand comes back a little bit. So that's all the weight forward. If we were doing fan through back, we'd be here. So the only difference is the right hand's not closed and it's not all the way back to the hip. Now, as we shift the weight back, going into hold the bouquet, we rotate the hand so the right hand comes on top and the palms pass each other again. Right fingertips going forward, and then we scoop the hands up to hold the bouquet, and then eventually we can go right to the right heel a half a step in front of the left foot to go into chop with fist. But it might be easier right now to hold the bouquet and do a balance step. And then when you're ready, do the half step on the heel for chop with fist. Okay, so a couple more times. Okay, here we go. Make sure those knees are bent. Step over, right hand goes high but stays open. Shift the weight forward, correct on the left heel. As you shift the weight forward into the right leg, left hand passes over the right hand. As you shift the weight back, rotate them so right hand's on top. They pass over each other again. Then I stand in the left leg, hold the bouquet. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, well, here we go. 100% to the right, 100% to the left. Hands go to the left, right hand high, but stays open as the left hand stays low. Shifting forward, correct on the left heel. Shifting forward, left hand comes over right, passes it. Shifting back, right hand passes over left. Stand up on the left leg, hold the bouquet. Let's do that one more time and see if you have any questions with that. Okay, so here we go. Left hand passes over the right. As we shift the weight back, right hand passes over the left. Stand up, hold the bouquet. So there is definitely coordination skills that have to be developed for that. It's not going to, it'll probably feel awkward for a little while, but that's the idea. So let's do that again, and then we'll continue on. So we'll continue into the chop with fist and parry and punch. So from that same place again, from the beginning of fan through back. Okay, so here we go. Breathing the whole time. Step over, right hand stays open, left hand passes on top. Shifting back, right hand passes on top. Stand up, hold the bouquet. Touch down with the right heel, half a step, turning the right foot and leg to that back corner for chop with fist. All the way into the right leg, we'll peel off that left heel. And then we step with the left foot. So this is parry and punch. So this is just like before. Now we go into grasper's tail, but the segue is we have to rock back a little bit, open the left foot to the corner, and we stand into the left leg and hold the ball, right hand low. Step to the side wall for grasper's tail. Single whip. Step. Let's keep on going because we know it. Cloud hands again, but this time only 3. Shifting to the right leg, turning on the left heel. From 7 cloud hands, then we do 3 cloud hands. That's 1. 2. 3. And as always, we finish by half step up, but dropping that right foot 45 degrees, the step parallel, to enter into single whip. And we can go a little bit further because what's next, we also know it's high pad on horse. Shifting back, right hand opens and circles back behind us, peeling off the left foot, touching down the ball of the left foot. Right hand goes through 6 o'clock, circles up, left hand comes down. High pad on horse, just like we previously done. So let's take that a little further back from where we started today. Snake creeps down, golden rooster, the fan through back, white snake darts out tongue. Right to that point again. That's another really, really big piece. So single whip going into snake creeps down. Okay, so shifting back, turning on the right heel to get the right foot to that corner. Sitting a little bit into that back leg, angling a little bit, pushing off that right leg. It opens the left toes to the other corner. Pushing forward, opens the right hand. The right hand shoots forward. We can touch down if we want as we go into golden rooster stands on one leg. So right knee comes up. Dropping the right foot half a step and 45 degrees behind. When we're ready, we pick up to the left knee and left hand. And then we step back half a step with the left foot, plant at 45 degrees, and that right hand goes back as we do that. Now we're set up for repulse monkeys. So that was 3. So one long step, just landing flying. Stand in left leg, hold the ball. Slanting flying. Half step up. Or raise hands a step up. Turn, hold the ball, angling the right foot to the corner, even though the toes are still up. So of course, this is entering into stork spreads wings. Brush knee ready position. Full step, brush knee. Half step, and touching the right wrist on the ball of the left foot for needle at C bottom. All the work is in the right leg. Coming up with using the right leg. Full step on the left heel. Left hand stays low as we go forward. This is hand through back, shifting back. Left hand, left toes come up all the way to the right. All the weight to the left. Right hand high, left hand low. Right hand stays open as we shift the weight forward, and left hand passes over the right. As we shift the weight back, we change the arm so the right hand's on top and the right fingertips go forward. All the way into the left leg, we hold the bouquet. We can touch down or go right into the right heel, half a step. Turning the foot to the corner. Chop with fist, step, parry and punch. Grasper's tails, we rock back to open left foot, the corner, open the right hand, stand, hold the ball, right hand low. Grasper's tail sequence. Hanging out, breathing into the abdomen. Single whip. And then the last grouping of plowed hands, of which we do 3. Breathing into the belly. Hanging out nice and straight. Shoulders released. Then we plant the right foot 45 degrees as the hands slide down. So single whip. High pad on horse as the weight goes back, Right hand opens, circles back. Peel off the left foot, lays it down, half a step, or balance step. Right hand continues forward and up, left hand continues down. Pat on horse. Okay. So that's a big chunk, lots to work on. So hang out, knees a little bit bent. Center awareness, mind and breath resting below the navel. Breathe in, have a sense of expanding from your center. Opening the arms, opening the body. Breathe out, settling back to center. Breathing in is the expansive movement. Breathing out is settling back. Belly expands, the entire body expands and opens. Breathe out, the belly empties, everything settles back. Good, and coming back to the Dantian, so resting the hands, mind and breath below the navel. Breathing deep in the belly. A long breath in through the nose. Complete breath out through the mouth, releasing the hands, let them swing naturally with gravity as we breathe comfortably. Be with the process of gravity, drawing those arms to vertical stillness gradually and naturally as we hang out and breathe. Gently shift the weight side to side with the knees unlocked and release the empty foot. Release the empty foot to gently rock out. Good, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a good long weekend.
Good weekend, yes, you too.
All right.
See you next time.